in this video we will discuss three primary goals of network security, which we call them CIA. C means confidentiality, I means integrity, and A means availability. So let's discuss the first goal of network security as confidentiality. Confidentiality means to protecting the business data if the data is in storage or in motion. Maybe the data is in hard drive, maybe in the cloud, but it is in the one place. It can be in any form of storage. Second, data which is in motion. Motion means you are sending and receiving the data, maybe through internet, maybe through any other channel. Maybe you are sharing the data inside the organization, outside the organization. You need to protect this data. And this protection is called confidentiality. Means that nobody can access the data beside the authorized person. And this data has to be available only to intended and authorized person. So individuals who are permitted to use this data, they can access this data. But beside this, nobody else can access this data. We call them confidentiality. So you can protect ACL, you can use firewall, you can use encryption, you can use many things to protect this data so that nobody else can access this data. If the data is in motion, so you can use site-to-site VPN. You can use remote access VPN to protect them, to encrypt them, to send them to the other side so that only authorized person can access. You can apply access rule so that nobody else can access this data. You can apply many other things. Maybe even in the system, you can apply the rules. So only authorized user can access the data. Maybe you have a data in your system and that you only want that specific user can access. So just allow those users to access the data. So this is called confidentiality. Now coming to the second goal of network security is integrity. Beside the what is called confidentiality, we need to maintain the integrity. Integrity means to assure the accuracy of the data. So whatever the user send, so the receiver has to receive the same data, that nobody change on the way. This is another goal of network security. We call them integrity. Nobody alter, nobody compromise, nobody change the data. When you share the data and when the receiver, when the sender send the data, it has to be received the same as. So on the way, nobody can change them. So it has to be accurate. This is called integrity. The third goal is availability. The data has to be available all the time to authorized user whenever they try to access the data or application or system or services or resources, whatever. So authorized user, whenever they request, the data has to be available. Maybe he is authorized, but maybe suppose we have a company website and they try to access the website which is not available. Maybe due to denial of services, maybe due to DDoS attack. So this is your goal, that the data has to be available all the time. Maybe your firewall is down, so you need more than one firewall in HA. You need clustering, you need high availability, you need virtualization. You need a lot of things so that the data has to be available all the time whenever authorized person try to access that data. This is called availability. So these are the three main goals of network security. Confidentiality, the data has to be private and secure. Integrity, the data has not modify, delete or alter. And availability means the system, the resources, the services, the data, the information has to be available whenever required and whenever the user try to access. Now I will show you by one example. Let's take an example of confidentiality. So let's go to my desktop. Suppose I have a data. Let me create a small file here. Let's go to create one small text file, my info. Okay, and inside I have information, and which is has to be secure. So I just write this one. Now everybody can access this data. How I can protect them? So the main goal is confidentiality. So what I can do, I can encrypt this data. This data is in storage, keep in mind. This is not in motion. So let me go to right click and I will use, there are many thousand applications. I will use Xcrypt and I will encrypt this. Okay. And let me encrypt this one. Now it's encrypted. And let me stop this encryption. Okay. Sign out. And now nobody can access. When they are trying, so nobody can access this data. Now it's encrypted. Only authorized person who has the password. This is just a simple example. There can be multiple things to that you can secure the data. What is in storage, either in its motion. Even in the Windows, when you right click and you go to, there is turn on BitLocker. You can encrypt the entire hard drive as well. And whenever you have a username and password, you have a password, you can access this data. Even the external hard drive, we have this facility. So you can do it. Data in, and for the data in motion, we can use VPN. So now let me access this one. Okay. Let me open this data. Okay. And what I want to do, yeah. So now it's open. What I can do with this data? This was the first goal. Okay, I encrypt them to make them secure. Confidentiality. Data in motion or in transit, we can use VPN such as SSL VPN, a client-based VPN, clientless VPN. We can use site-to-site VPN to secure the data which is in motion, and we can use many other methods to secure them. Okay, so I show you this one. Now coming to the integrity. Integrity, what I write here, the information is I have information. So when the receiver receives this data, nobody can modify this data. So for that, what I need to do, let me go to, if I can remove this one, okay, stop securing, and let me type my info. Okay, open. It has to be okay. It's come up now. What I need to do before sending this data, I have a hash calculator and I will open this one and my information, and I will generate the MD5 hash. There is other hash as well, MD4 as well, and so many, but just to show you by example is MD5 hash. So this is the hash of this file. So before sending this one, I will share this hash. Okay, so let me save this in a different file. This is the hash. Okay, now I can send this data to the sender. So when the sender receive this file, maybe somebody modify them just one dot. Okay, and the way somebody change the data, let me save it. So when the receiver receive this data, what they will do, they will use WinMD5, sorry, let me download quickly WinMD5 quickly if I have. So we can use this tool to check them. So let me quickly download this one. Okay, we can use this WinMD5 to generate the hash and we can match them. So let's go to download and let me open them. Okay, and what I need to do, I will, when the receiver receive this file, so they will open this file. Okay, I open, and this is the hash of this file, and I will share this file through him by another channel, suppose WhatsApp. So they will paste this one and verify. And you can say not match. It means somebody altered this data. So we need to use integrity to maintain that nobody can change. It means it's been changed. So for that purpose, we can use integrity. What I need to do, because there was one dot, let me remove the dot. Okay, and let me browse the file again and let me verify now it's match. It means nobody changed this data. So such type of thing is called integrity, which is the second goal of network security. And finally, you will see this in many applications for verification, this MD5 digest. Whenever you download iOS from Cisco or from any other website or application, so this is for integrity check. That whatever you download has been the exact whatever you're trying to download. And finally, we have availability. So this file has to be available for user who is authorized all the time. So if you are not using high availability, so there is a single point of failure. So this server is accessed by many users. However, there is only one switch, one cable, so it can be broken and nobody can access this server. So what we can use? We need to use redundant switches. We can use high availability. And there are many ways so that we can use them. So the service, there is no single point of failure. So this is called high availability. So it's coming under availability, which is the third goal of network security. We need to take a backup. Maybe the device is down for some reason by any means. So we have a backup so that we can restore them. So this is also coming under availability. We need multiple link, multiple ISP. Maybe one internet link is down, so we have a backup. So in this way, we have availability. We need to use the power supply, multiple power supplies. Every device now coming with two power supplies. So we have one UPS, another from electricity. So in case something goes wrong, so we have availability of the services. We need to take the backup on remote places as well. Maybe due to earthquake, maybe due to any other natural disaster. So we have a backup in another data center and another location as well. So this is also coming under availability. You need to use UPS, or maybe we need to use multiple hard drive. RAID need to be configured, RAID 50 or 10, whatever. And we need the fault tolerance. Again, this is coming under the availability. Okay, and again, we need to use HSRP, VRRP, GLBP, HA, and firewall, and also in other technology. Every technology has nowadays high availability. And these high availability coming under the availability. So now we discuss three main goals of network security. So confidentiality to the data has to be private and secure. Integrity, so I show you nobody can modify the data, alter and change. And availability, the system, resources and service has to be available whenever required. So I hope so you understand the three main goals of network security: confidentiality, integrity and availability.